do a tier list within the weapons for the light class in the finals. So let's go to a contestant over here. Go to a light class. And we have a weapon currently being the shotgun. Your starting weapon is the M11. And from there, it has its damage numbers on the side, as you can see. Damage, fire rate, range, accuracy, clip size, and reload speed. The clip on this usually is able to kill one target before you have to reload. Or you might have to actually reload 3 times to kill a heavy class. So it's a bit annoying, but it's silent. Usually the enemies don't know where they can hit by unless they see the on-hit indicators on their characters showcasing the direction where they can hit from. So it's a decent weapon for a starter, but I don't think it's the best weapon in the game, for the light class especially. So let's go to the other options that we do have for weapons, highlighting the sniper, which is also a secondary weapon that you can have access to. This weapon is very situational. I don't think you should be running it all the time, but on certain maps, this could be disgustingly good. It's got crazy range, and you can actually get some insane shots towards catch-up locations with ease. So this could be a very good weapon on certain maps when you got high altitude into the map or high verticality. They can utilize with your character, and usually you won't run evasive dash, you will run grappling hook instead to help out with this build. So you're able to easily rotate to higher level and get some kills to pick off enemies. That'll be team to get to that cash out and hopefully cash in whatever reward they can. It's kind of decent, not the best gameplay because technically it does have high damage, but within that high damage, it is only one-shot to certain classes, not all classes in the game. I believe it's only one-shot headshot to the light class. I'm not sure about the other classes, medium heavy. I believe it takes still another shot to kill him. So that's something to keep in mind as well with the sniper. So it's fun and enjoyable because the fire rate on this weapon is actually kind of nasty. As you see, yeah, actually it's not as bad as it highlights. I've used it before, it's not as bad as what it highlights. It's actually pretty good. So it's not as fast as an M11, of course, but it's still got a good adjustment to actually use this to kill enemies. And usually when you use this sniper, you feel like you're quick scoping enemies, to be honest. So it's not too bad. You can use it for that. It's all right in that nature. But this gives you range. Well, this class has no range in other means except for the LH1, which we'll talk about. But that is the best range weapon on this class by far. Another weapon I'll talk about is the shotgun. As you see, this shotty here has crazy damage. Fire rate is decent, range is decent, accuracy is alright. Clip size 2, reload 2.5. So the reload animation is kind of alright, I don't mind it. It's not too long. And the damage is actually really insane. Up close and personal, you can use each shot from the shotgun, which is 2 shots in each clip. And you can kill 2 players if you get some crazy shots on enemy. And all the pellets hit that target. It's actually 2 kills. So it's amazing to see how this all works out. Alongside that, we do have the weapon of the LH1, which is another ranged weapon you can utilize if you don't want to use a sniper, but it is going to be a very interesting weapon because it's semi. You have to single tap it. And single tapping this weapon is insanely annoying. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it as much as it can be in the gameplay because it's got good damage, it's got good range, good accuracy, it's good for that medium to long range fights, and it works out perfectly. But up close, this weapon sucks. I can't use it. I feel like I lose brain cells when you use this weapon. So do not use this weapon at all unless you're really comfortable with a semi. And that will be the case there. There's also a dagger. The dagger is kind of interesting because you compare the dagger to the sword, which I'm unsure if we talked about the sword, but let's talk about both at the same time. The dagger is like a close range weapon, but it has quicker animations. So the attack speed on this weapon is really fast, and that can help out if you're up close and personal. You have to be really, really close with this weapon to get that kill. While the sword has the same decent amount of attack speed, it's just a little bit less than the dagger, but the damage is much more forgiving. So if you go from a longer range fight, because you got more reach with this sword compared to the dagger, as you see, the reach on this weapon, as it highlights a secondary attack being a lunging attack, while this dagger has a backstabbing attack. The backstab attack, I believe, does more damage towards the enemy when you go towards an enemy and do a backstab. But with the sword, you can lunge at any instance towards the target, create that gap closer that you need, and also get that kill too. So I think it's really nice to use this. Usually go to a secondary attack, being your heavy attack, into your light attack right after it, and they're pretty much dead after 2 swipes. So it's very nice. You can also, I believe, get a headshot multiplier if you do go for the head attack, or headshot attack, with this weapon as well, in that lunge. So really fun. Alongside that, a god tier weapon is this one over here, the V9S. This weapon slaps. I remember it from the earlier test. I haven't got it unlocked this moment, but this weapon slaps. I'm hoping they haven't changed it. But this could be your best weapon in the game for the light class by far. Because high damage, fire rate, range, accuracy, quick reload, it's just insane. And you got so many bullets, they can get usually 1, 2, or sometimes 3 kills, depending how accurate you are with this weapon. And if not, the fire rate is just insane in the weapon, as you just completely spam it, shot by shot. Because even though it's semi, it goes by single taps. how many times you tap that button. So it's nice to see, and a very powerful weapon. Alongside that, the last weapon, I believe, is the XP54. And if you like the M11 gameplay for the class, this will be naturally what the next gun you go to, because instead of having a silencer attached to it, you have increased sight through the weapon, so your accuracy is increased, your range is increased, your fire rate is still very good on a submachine gun, as you expect, and the damage is even better too. So this will be your bread and butter, because the clip size is 30, where the other one is, I believe, 20 or 25. So you'll do more DPS with this weapon, and also get more chance to get 1 or 2 kills per clip, which is really fun. So if you like the submachine nature of the gameplay, the light class, you can utilize that too. So that's really nice. But if I had to put this all to a tier list right now, those are my thoughts of the weapon. I would say the best weapon in the game for this class is going to be the V9S, alongside the sword as well, as you see here. So sword, V9S, and maybe the best, and maybe even sword or shotgun. If you're looking for weapons to play in this class, those are the 3 best guns he has, or he or she has. So you're on the sword or shotgun, being the SH1900, the sword, or the V9S. Those are the best weapons for this class. In secondary to that, I would even classify the XP54, the Dagger as well, and maybe the SR84 as like B rank. So you can use that as B rank as well. After that, it will be the LH1 and M11 as like a standard rank. So for now, that is my thoughts on it. I don't mind the M11. I don't think it's a bad weapon. I just think that it takes a little bit of a long time to actually kill a target. But the fire rate is still pretty good for the weapon compared to the XP54. But it just comes down to choice. Like, what do you prefer more? They're both good weapons, honestly. They're both pretty decent. I don't mind both. If I think about it now, I don't actually mind both. Maybe these are both the same. M11 and the XP54, both the same. In my opinion, it just depends what you like more than other. But the rest of the weapons are there as well. So, God tier weapons, shotgun, sword, and also V9S. Secondary to that is Dagger, M11, XP54. And then after that is an SR84 as well. But I didn't mention that. And alongside that is the LH1 as the last weapon. I don't want to use this weapon ever. I don't prefer it. It's just not as fun and not enjoyable. And it doesn't feel like it does perform that well, in my opinion. But those are my thoughts about it. Tell me your thoughts about this weapon tier list, about the light class in the comment section down below. And what class or contestant should we cover next? Should it be the heavy, the medium? I'd love to know. If you mates are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on Twitch, join the Discord, code Lordy at game subs for 10% off, and also BTLmerch.com. Show support, greatly appreciated.